For Memphis, Tennessee, when Jupiter is exactly on the midheaven at 2:32 in the morning. Here is that same view on Stellarium. You can see Jupiter on the meridian, and because it has 21 degrees Leo on the midheaven, Jupiter's at 21 degrees Leo, that tells us that Memphis, Tennessee is almost a third of the way up in its daily revolution. So that's why we see not very much of the ecliptic in the east and most of the ecliptic in the west. When any point on Earth is moving up in its daily revolution, they don't see as much of the ecliptic in the east as they do in the west. And then here's that same view on planets today, which is a lot more visually helpful, but not as accurate as the chart or Stellarium. So you can see the dot for Memphis, Tennessee, kind of facing out toward Jupiter. And now let's look at this Astrodeint's map. You can't see Memphis, Tennessee, but you can see the longitude and latitude, 2:32 in the morning, and universal time 8:32. All the charts are going to be the same universal time. It's the local time that's going to differ. And there you can see the symbol for Jupiter in MC, the Latin abbreviation for midheaven, and the longitude going through Memphis, Tennessee. And then they show where all the other planets are on the midheaven. So the moon's on the midheaven over the border of Nevada and Utah. Saturn's on the midheaven over Constantine, Algeria. Sun's on the midheaven over Yazd, Iran. Mars is on the midheaven over Tammu, Myanmar. Uranus is on the midheaven over Nagoya, Japan. And then I did do a chart for Cape Yakataga, Alaska. There isn't a planet on the midheaven over that, but that's where the very beginning of Cancer is on the midheaven. And I wanted a chart for that because when any point on Earth has the beginning of Cancer on the midheaven, that tells us that that point of Earth is at the bottom of its daily revolution. So we'll start with Cape Yakataga, Alaska, which is at the bottom of their daily revolution. And then we'll move over to the next one, Wendover, Utah, which is 1/6 of the way up. If the beginning of Cancer is the bottom, the end of Cancer is 1/6 of the way up. So they're 1/6 of the way up, while Memphis is almost 1/3 of the way up, and Raleigh at 3 degrees Virgo is a little bit more than 1/3 of the way up. And then it's kind of a big jump from 3 degrees Virgo all the way over to 2 degrees Sagittarius in Constantine, Algeria. It's 9:32 in the morning for them, and Saturn is on the midheaven. They can't see that because the sun is up. And Jupiter, which is on the midheaven in Memphis, is setting in Constantine, Algeria. And then in Yazd, Iran, they are at the top of their daily revolution and have the sun on the midheaven. And in Tammu, Myanmar, they are almost 1/3 of the way down in their daily revolution with Mars on the midheaven, and Lhasa, just 1 or 2 degrees difference in longitude, almost has Mars on the midheaven. And Nagoya, Japan is a little bit more than halfway down in their daily revolution with 12 degrees Aries on the midheaven. And then we're back to Cape Yakataga, Alaska. An advertisement for gold mining leases on Cape Yakataga Beach in Alaska. A Zoroastrian fire temple in Yazd, Iran. An ancient ice storage facility in Yazd, Iran. Water coming from an underground tunnel that they use for irrigation in Iran. Cool map of Tibet. Photo of Constantine, Algeria. Tammu on the border of Myanmar and India. Jupiter on the midheaven in Memphis.